Woo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh man, sorry about that, guys, ladies and gentlemen. My daughter's in town. Had a little accident. Man. Whew, that little girl there. But let me give me a little water. Shout out to all these YouTubers that's taking the content and breaking it down, finding the videos, holding people accountable, not getting caught up into the jokes and seeing the bigger picture. Shout out to you guys because without you guys spreading these videos and adding some type of video evidence to what I'm saying, a lot of times I'm going off, I'm joking, and sometimes you laughing as I'm saying stuff. But some of you guys have been doing a great job of, grabbing the key points of what I've been saying and then putting a video behind it. And then now people are starting to see. So much so YouTube is is starting to, if you put my name in the title, they don't even want it shared. So I think at this point you're gonna have to change the name to like Mama's Cookin or something if you want to put my name in the title. Hold on one second. If you want to put my name in the title, you might want to use Mama's Cookin or MM or something because obviously it's something that I'm saying and something that you guys are seeing. And like I said, these YouTubers that are taking the videos and breaking them down and asking questions and seeing that people are attacking me and then turning right back around and saying, stop attacking me, but let's talk. So we got guys that's out here just selling hope. Selling hope. Taking videos down, the original video that would have been really damning to himself and whoever he aligns himself with. So he takes the original video down. So now you can only get clips of what was said about him, the guy who was selling hope, who was a character. So the one thing that I can't understand, and I've seen other YouTubers break it down, and what they're trying to understand is that how can a man who never met a man say so many things about a man and then turn around and be the victim? And now you're breaking down my mental state. You're saying I'm all about the jokes after admitting you haven't watched an entire video. So it's just like, I want to play something because I'm still a little confused on how we get to this point. And shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams, I DM'd you, but I know you probably don't check yours like I don't check mine because I ain't used to have followers, nor did I care. So I still don't check it like that, but I need to start. But I'm looking for you to DM me back. So and I saw some other DMs that I didn't see. So I'm gonna start reaching out to those people. But I really, social media wasn't in my era. But let's see. Let me find this video. And this video is Kwame. This video is supposedly the first time that Dr. Boyce talked about me. And I guess in his world, comparing someone to 6ix9ine, admitted gang member and a snitch, comparing a black man to that, maybe that in his world is not a diss. But in my world, and anybody normal, that you're not comparing me to somebody who's a great, honorable man, sir. You're comparing me to somebody who ratted out his whole crew, and that's his business. I don't have nothing to do. The comparison doesn't make any sense. So you claim to your subscribers that you didn't do anything wrong. And in my opinion, that was wrong. Then you said several other things about you, things you didn't know anything about. But I'm gonna let the video speak for itself because I don't understand how you feel you didn't do anything wrong.
He's digging into this internet thing. You know, he's taking off kind of the way Kevin Samuels did. I noticed that when Kevin Samuels, Kwame's calling this out, and I love it. And the reason I'm making this point is because.
And another thing, Dr. Boyce, you said don't attack black men, but all you do is talk about black men. In all of your lines, you talk about black men and what they should be doing, and it's crazy.
I don't want him to lose his platform. They might take his channel down. They might take his channel down. If niggas like you let them.
It's sad. But Dr. Boyce, I told you.
Let me fast forward to the point where it's just him talking.
Down, you know, doing some really interesting stuff, and I really enjoy watching it kind of happen. I'm curious to see how it's going to play out, and I know a lot of people are into it right now. He's probably the most talked about person on the internet. I mean, KwameHBrown is a guy that I didn't think much about him, to be honest with you, until recently, until all this started happening. I knew of him like a lot of people did because of his play in the NBA. But, you know, it seemed to me that the whole, you know, idea of being called a bust for 20 years, it's unfair. And I can see how stressful that could be. But here's the interesting thing, right? I want to share this thought about the whole KwameHBrown situation. But I can tell you that I've observed in terms of watching Kwame. I started watching a lot of his videos, and you know, and I mean, it's good. It's really interesting stuff, and I agree with a lot of it.
Now that sounds like a compliment. It's good. It's really interesting stuff. Keep going.
I mean, Jamel Hill. I've always thought Jamel Hill was full of shit. Stephen A. I'm about 40-60 on Stephen A. You know, sometimes he's fine, but other times he gets on. You know, stuff he does gets on my nerves.
So that's two black men and a black woman that he mentioned.
Kind of point out a couple of thoughts that I had about Kwame. There's literally nothing that I need you to do with this information. It's just me. I like to think. I'm a thinker, right? And I'm a.
So it's nothing you need to do with this information, but you like to think. You're a thinker. So everybody, well, what are all us? We just some dumb motherfuckers, huh, Doc?
An observer and a watcher, and I like to see it which way the wind's blowing. And here's the thing about Kwame that's really interesting. Kwame is he's digging into this internet thing. You know, he's taking off kind of the way Kevin Samuels did. I noticed that when Kevin Samuels, three people I think about that just blew up on the internet just quickly were Kwame, Kevin Samuels, and also that rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, he was the guy that did all the snitching. And one thing I noticed.
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's the guy that did all the snitching. And one thing I noticed about Kwame, that you ain't saying nothing wrong though. You just a good friend and ally. Condescending bitch.
That all of them figured out like what the formula was. They saw that everybody was going crazy, and it was you know, that they were getting 10, 20, 30,000 people watching their lives. So each of them kind of had a formula, and each of them started milking the.
Each of us probably had a formula. Each of us probably started milking the cow. Now I can speak for myself that this son bitch don't know me. And he admitted in a video that I didn't think much of Kwame. I didn't know Kwame up until he went viral. So how the fuck you know how I'm thinking? How the fuck you know how Kevin Samuels thinking? How the fuck do you know how Tekashi 6ix9ine thinking when you don't even know how your motherfucking wife thinking? Because if you would have known what she was thinking while she was looking at Willie D, then motherfucker, you would have had better shit to be worried about than to talk about me on your fucking anniversary or your wedding night, motherfucker. You's a dumb doc. Oh, sorry. I didn't wake up with violence. I just had to go off on that nigga. Let's proceed. Back to peace.
You know, making a ton of content and all that. Like Kevin Samuels goes live probably two, three times a day, it seems like. And he's good. He's damn good at what he does.
I'll be out in a second.
Gummo came out where he was pretending to be a gangster, and it worked really well. Next thing you know, every video sounded like Gummo. And then
where he was pretending to be a gangster. Hold on. So what that got to do with me, Doc? You just say a lot of dumb rambling shit. Oh, was Tekashi 6ix9ine when he was in Gumbo, where he was pretending to be a gangster? Now, bring it full circle to how that relates to Kwame. Oh, you can't? You don't in the video? You just said a bunch of shit because you a dumbass doc. Let's rewind that back.
With Kwame, when Gummo came out, where he was pretending to be a gangster, and it worked really well. Next thing you know, every video sounded like Gummo. And then with Kwame loves going online. You know, he loves having.
So I'm supposed to view that as you respecting me, that you compared me to a guy that pretended to be gangster and then proceeded to say, with Kwame, he loved to go online. No, them niggas you protecting pretended to be gangster, because I ain't heard from Matt Barnes yet. And Jack said the side of him dead. So nigga ain't nothing pretending about me, punk. You pretending like your wife like you. You better stop taking her to Texas, motherfucker. That's what you better stop doing. Trying to just talk about everybody, your friends. Slap hands, okay. Ain't all they gonna be slapping. Stupid ass punk.
Platform, and I'm happy for the brother. I really am. It's no problem with it at all. I mean, it's, you know, I'm sure people are scrambling. They're very upset that he's not owned and controlled by anybody, and that's what makes people like that very dangerous, right? If you have a
Now, Doc, you said you wanted to debate me, but there's another YouTube out there. I saw him last night. I can't remember, Level Up or something like that. He been calling your ass out. He a debater. I'm just a truth teller, and I'll whoop your ass in the debate too. But I don't know what we debating about. You don't want to debate. Niggas like you don't know how to debate. All you want to do is run your motherfucking mouth and try to talk circles around somebody, because most people identify with that feminine shit that you do now, instead of me telling you to shut your goddamn mouth. But a real man can see right through the dumb shit that you do. You talk with an effeminate tongue, you lead with disrespect, and then when somebody go off on your little bitch ass, you try to act like the innocent guy because you want to be liked. And you dead ass wrong with all this disrespectful shit that you saying with a guy that you admitted that you don't know. You don't know me. You don't know Tekashi. You don't know Kevin Samuels, but you making all these motherfucking blanket statements and you don't bring it home to a point. Never. You're just talking. No, your wife don't want to hear you talk, nigga. She probably want to listen to Ghetto Boy.
guy that's smart, that sees what's going on, that cares about black people, and isn't upset that
Let me
he's
rewind
not
that back.
controlled by anybody.
That
he loves going on.
He's gonna say out of his own mouth that it's people mad that I'm not owned and controlled by anybody. And I haven't heard him answer that question yet. What did you mean, sir? How did you know these people? I asked you questions. This ain't about no debate. Go on your channel and answer these questions about the shit that you said. Take Kwame out of it. Just like Homeboy said last night, you could debate your damn self. Talking about you 7'6" in a debate. Nigga, you a mental midget. You debunk every argument as soon as you keep talking. Somebody can literally look at what you said. You said Kwame said a lot of things that I say, a lot of good stuff, and I like it. We've been saying it for years. And then you proceed to say, anybody who following me is basically a jackass, and what's wrong with the black community? Which one is it, you dumb son bitch? I only want to take 10%. I'm not a populist. But if that make me a populist, then fuck it, I'm a pop. Oh, what you said? If that make me an elite, then fuck it, I'm an elite. That's what you said. You said I'm not trying to sound like an elite. But if that makes me an elite, to say I only want the smart people, the 10%, then I guess fuck it, call me an elite. Did you not say that, boy? This the shit you say out your mouth. I don't gotta debate no dumb motherfucker like you. You just got a title in front of your name, and that title has protected you because all you do is say a bunch of men name that the black community respects. The black community respects Willie D's name. The black community respect Dr. Claude Anderson's name. Everybody that you named out of your mouth, the black community respects. But the problem is the black community and white people are on my channel too, and they can hear you, boy. And the shit you say don't got nothing to do with what nobody else say. You sound idiotic. You disrespect people on your own show. You talk about this all-inclusive talk and being intelligent. A debate ain't about you. Soon as somebody disagree, you block them off your goddamn channel. That's all you do. Soon as somebody asks you a question, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to validate that question. Your hand be flickering like a motherfucker too, boys. I'm not going to validate that question. I'm not even going to validate that. How you not going to validate a legit question? A lot of people want to know, why was you fucking with that boy first? A simple goddamn question. Why was you fucking with him? And now you talking about you the victim. And you go to Kwame got valid on his page. That's all you talk about. Why is this valid? Listen, okay. Dr. Boyce, I asked last night in my truck, if it's no go along, get along game, first of all, I don't know why I ever met you, because I never met you before. And you don't worry about athletes, and you don't have no way of getting in touch with no athlete. And then in your own argument, you had a way of getting in touch with me. I'm confused. In your own argument, you said, I got Eton Thomas number, I got this person number, I got that person number, I got this person number. So that means it'll be easy for you to get in touch with me. And your people got in touch with me the day after you ran your mouth. Soon as I said something back, somebody got in touch with me. You a funny guy, Doc. What's up with you, Doc? Oh, I forgot. You ain't a dope seller. You a hope seller. That's what you is. Your partner said that about you. Your business partner.
He loves having this platform, and I'm happy for the brother. I really am. It's no problem with it at all. I mean, I'm sure people are scrambling and very upset that he's not owned and controlled by anybody, and that's what makes people like that very dangerous, right? If you have a guy that's smart, that sees what's going on, that cares about black people, and isn't scared to say what needs to be said, and there's not a white guy that can pick up the phone and control him, then that's a dangerous black man. Now, with that said, though, here's what I'm observing with Kwame, and this is what my warning actually in terms of where this is going to go. Kwame is
how you know where this is going to go, boys? You know where this is going to go. That's what you just said. Let me rewind that back. Where this is going to go.
I'm observing with Kwame, and this is what my warning actually in terms of where this is going to go. Mm-hmm. Kwame is powerful because he's a populist. I heard him literally use the term "we the people," right? And that's a populist kind of sentiment, and populist energy. That is the kind of energy that you have behind the summer protests with Black Lives Matter. But the other thing about Kwame that's interesting is the way he challenges the black elite. He talks about the black elite that's on TV and speaks that honest truth that we've always talked about on this platform, that a lot of times the worst ideas get out to the black community because the Negroes on TV care nothing about actually going in and building for the community. And the reason they don't is because if they do that, they'll be punished. They'll be taken off the platform and replaced by somebody who plays ball.
So, by what Dr. Boyce Watkins just said, is that you should not be listening to your celebrities and your elites on TV. Because if they do something that'll help you, they'll be punished and replaced by someone that has to play ball. So why do you think they got you worried about who you like? Why do you think so many celebrities have blue check marks and all these following? Why do you think they pull hot sauce out on you during an election and tell you nothing about a plan? Dr. Boyce has been selling emotions. The media has been selling emotions. Ain't that better? Ain't that better? Shout out to Patrice O'Neal, RIP to Patrice O'Neal, one of the pioneers of speaking the truth. We are in assimilation, people. Dr. Boyce is pretty much explaining it to you how this thing really works. And I'll let you, since I'm not educated, Doc say he's educated. He has all the credentials to tell you guys the truth. So I'm going to let you listen to Doc's words one more time. So let it sink in. The man said, I'll repeat it after he said it. Let this sink in, what he just said.
Negroes on TV care nothing about. He talks about the black elite that's on TV and speaks that honest truth that we've always talked about on this platform, that a lot of times the worst ideas get out to the black community because the Negroes on TV care nothing about actually going in and building for the community. And the reason they don't is because if they do that, they'll be punished. They'll be taken off the platform and replaced by somebody who plays ball. So as he calls the go along to get along gang, basically is, and this is one of the reasons why I don't really answer the phone most of the time when black celebrities reach out to me. So I like the fact that Kwame appears to be somewhat independent. I like when he says, you know, look.
So what do y'all think Dr. Boyce was just describing there? I said there's a go along, get along game. And the go along, get along game is the people that can get your black actors to do exactly what Dr. Boyce just said. Dr. Boyce just said that none of your elites that are on TV, think about that. That's a lot of people. That's all the people that's telling you vote or die and all this shit, making all this motherfucking noise. They got all this motherfucking money that can do whatever the fuck they want. And they show it to you anytime they want to show it to you. But Dr. Boyce just said that they know better than to do something that'll help you because they'll be punished and replaced by somebody who will play ball. Dr. Boyce, you said you want to answer questions, right? I don't really talk to you, but you can do a video and the people might want to know, what do you mean by play ball? And if you play ball, what you got to do to play the ball? Because you saying a lot, Doc. And now that people are listening to you and not you name dropping like a little high school girl, now we listening to you. Who are these people that you know? First of all, these black elites that you kind of talked about, but they ain't say no names. Who are these people? Because I got a couple. I'm telling you, Doc, I think we know already. I think we know. But what we would really like to know, we the people want to know. When you play ball, what game are you playing and who's set to win and who's set to lose? Doc, we want to know who's set to win. Because a game, when you go to Vegas and you play those games, the odds are against you. So who's set to win and who's set to lose, Doc? And what's going on? Why, who these people that want these games being played, Doc? You are the black elite, Doc. You know a lot. How you know all this, Doc? I told y'all we was in a simulation.
You invited me on when black celebrities reach who plays ball. So the Negroes on TV, he talks about the black elite that's on TV and speaks that honest truth that we've always talked about on this platform, that a lot of times the worst ideas get out to the black community because the Negroes on TV care nothing about actually going in and building for the community. And the reason they don't is because if they do that, they'll be punished. They'll be taken off the platform and replaced by somebody who plays ball. So the, as he calls the go along to get along gang, basically is, and this is one of the reasons why I don't really answer the phone most of the time when black celebrities reach out to me. So I like the fact that Kwame appears to be somewhat independent. I like when he says, you know, look, you invited me on your show. I don't want to go on your show. Right? But one little thing about Kwame's platform too that I think that I'm just observing. So peep this out. I'm worried that his channel is going to get taken down. I worry that they're going to come and get his YouTube channel. And the reason is this. First of all, you already got the black elite going crazy. They gonna get lawyers and shit on you. They got buddies at YouTube and all this other shit. So they gonna, I think they gonna pull every string they pop.
So he said that YouTube is gonna pull every possible string and get lawyers and shit on me because I said we need to put coding in every high school. We need to build youth centers into every school, and that we need to go back to listening to the elders and buy land and stop giving our money away for other people to control it, because these athletes can actually rebuild their own communities like Devin George is doing. And I spoke of a go along, get along gang that don't want people to be healed, because there are simple things that you can do to heal Black America, especially. And one of them is focusing some of your money and your attention on these black males that are dying in the streets. And they know it. And once I started talking about coding and trade schools, because of more educated people, not just throwing money at it. You can go back and look at clips of Al Sharpton talking about how much money Barack Obama gave to these schools. Wasn't it $3 billion? And the kids are reading at a 4th grade reading level today. That money ain't working. That money ain't working. It's time to stop listening to people that's selling us hope. Why would YouTube, if there's no go along, get along game, I didn't say this. Dr. Boyce Watkins said this. Why would YouTube and anybody come at somebody who's saying that the money that we raised last year for BLM, that $90 million, could have built centers all over America, or we could have put them inside the churches because the church buildings are already there. And we could have brought the best, we could have paid for the best coding specialists to teach all of these kids in the inner city coding. I think there was an 11-year-old white kid that just hacked a Swiss bank account and sent his daddy like $85 to $90 million, I think, allegedly. And then somebody's going to arrest that boy because they're going to have to teach this little kid a lesson. Because the only thing that's stopping people from taking our shit through this cyber stuff is because we can point nukes at them. But if an 11-year-old little white kid can do that, you don't think anybody else could do that? Whatever happened to our geniuses, our kids that are supposed to be prodigies? What do they end up doing with these kids? We'll hear about them on the news. Where the fuck do they go after that? Are they taking them to a lab, getting them to teach them how they do shit, and then locking these boys up or something and casting them away and calling them crazy? Why aren't these child prodigies and these geniuses that look like these young kids, why are they not teaching coding to these young kids that they look like? Huh? But we'd rather bring somebody that read to our children that could be a pedophile. We'd rather bring them there instead of a child prodigy that's near their age that can relate to the kids, that can help them do the wiggle. Yeah. That ain't gonna be upset and stressed out about life and their husband cheated and their kids are on their nerve. A little kid full of energy, full of passion to share that knowledge because he's a child prodigy. And you ever seen a child prodigy on TV? They are amazing. They full of life. Why are they not teaching our children? See, Dr. Boyce, they do this to all kids like me, Doc. They send guys like you to sound all educated, that adults respect. And adults like you have been standing on kids' shoulders like me for long enough. You guys keep saying children are our future, but y'all are afraid of these children. These kids are smarter than all of you motherfuckers thought. An 11-year-old took $90 million, allegedly, $90 million, 85, transferred to his daddy. That little boy don't need a jail cell. That little boy need a classroom. That little boy need to be in front of a classroom, showing not only you dumb motherfuckers how he did it, but not you people on YouTube, but the dumb motherfuckers he hacked. He need to be teaching y'all, and then he need to be in front of some classroom teaching these children, because there's something special going on in that kid's brain. It's not time to scare him and put him in cuffs. His brain is not developed to know that that was wrong. You guys say you're smart. What age is the human brain developed? I think Charleston White has been telling you on YouTube 100 times. I think you have to be 25. So this kid is not fully developed, but he was developed enough to kick your drawers in your ass. So I think this kid needs a classroom, and not you guys to scare him. He needs a classroom. He can lead the next generation, and with you guys' guidance to teach him right from wrong and what not to do, you can guide this kid to teach the next generation. I'm starting to think that movie X-Men, not really a movie. I'm starting to think it's kids they can't turn into aliens and all this other stuff. But I'm starting to think it's some kids that's some bad motherfuckers. And that every time they run into, you guys go check out my YouTube page. Well, you're already on my YouTube page, but go out and check out this video that I was in Miami. And my brother would always ask me, why don't you ever talk? Why you always let these motherfuckers think one way of you and you don't say nothing? And I told him, I said, dude, if somebody see Bigfoot walking through the woods, Bigfoot can just be minding his business, being big in foot, being his own majestic, beautiful creature. And there will be some white boy that want to put it in a cage or kill it. See, they always want to do something like that to something that's big, strong, and beautiful, and they don't understand. So I told him I didn't want to talk because I didn't want to be seen. Sasquatch and Bigfoot being chased around the world forever. But what if Sasquatch got a little Sasquatch? What if Sasquatch got a Sasquatch wife? Sasquatch just need to be killed just to put in somebody's zoo for you motherfuckers to clap and look at it. So I told him that's why I didn't like talking. So now I'm trying to make sure they don't catch Bigfoot. I never understood why that is. Just think about that. Throughout history, they had that big old lion that was beautiful over there in Africa, wherever it was, had that nice mane. Next thing you know, you see it on a picture with two stupid motherfuckers over top of it. A doctor, I think, shot the hell out of it. Lion wasn't bothering nobody. Motherfucker flew, paid gas money, stalked them down just to kill it. Wasn't bothering him. It was in his natural state. Killed it. He didn't go to prison. He was smiling. But allegedly, Michael Vick wasn't even home when they was fighting them dogs, and he was in prison. See, it's amazing what we allow is okay and what we say ain't okay. So now YouTube and everybody will call lawyers on a guy that's given a blueprint on how to heal this thing without shouting in the street and burning down buildings. You guys have been telling me since I was a child that I can be anything I wanted to be. You told me in the school, dare to be different. You told me I could be the fucking president. We knew that was a lie, but you still told me that. You sold me all these dreams and hope. And then as soon as we try to do something about it and collect on our dreams and put our foot to the fire and say, let's make this dream a reality, you get in the way. And you use our own people to do it. You don't want us to be free. We have a government that want us to need them. We have a government that's controlling all people with a company policy through a job. These companies should not be able to operate in America. If this is really America and you're on American soil with a company and you're firing people, creating policies that go against the fabric of America, you should not be able to work or have a company in America. That's how you've been controlling the people. You can say what you want, but as consequence, that is some bullshit. If I can say what I want and we're free, there should be no consequence. But you guys know that. But when you give everybody jobs, when you take trades out of the schools, because see, men back in my day wasn't controlled. They wasn't focused on being educated. They was focused on being free because they understood. They was connected to something. They knew the government been against us the whole entire time. They ain't looking for no government jobs. Most of our black women have government jobs. How can we speak against the government? We're creating go along, get along games through company policy and the media giving misinformation and half information. Why you think they're blocking my YouTube channel right now? Why you think something as simple as me letting my YouTube videos be played, letting you guys use them, getting you guys money, why you think they want to stop that? They don't want you motherfuckers to have no goddamn money. Are you nuts? They don't want you to have no money. That's why they don't get no money to men. No offense, ladies, but we can look up numbers. We can look up, that's what I'm saying. We got to be able to talk to y'all based on numbers. I'm going to talk to you with numbers, and I'm going to talk to you from a child being in certain situations. And numbers debunk all your sensitive arguments. They're using you, black woman. It's time for you to use them back. Kind of like I used Matt Barnes, Becky with the good hair, and CB4. Kind of how I used them and their negativity to tell you something good. Shout in the street, act like you're mad, and then use them to help your sons. And your sons will protect your daughters, just like they'll protect you. If I'm just about jokes, Dr. Boyce Watkins, and there's so many black power movements, why aren't they being silenced just as much as I am when all I'm doing is telling people they can do it on their own? And telling people what to demand from their government, from their city council members, from their elders in the community, from their pastors. I don't know. I like I said, I always thought we didn't want to fix this. I always thought it was better to give somebody, think about it. Why would they want to cure something? Why would they want to cure any disease if they can just give you the medicine for it to pacify it? If we cure it, you're done. That's a one-time payment. But if we give you something that's going to pacify and never get rid of it, you know, you can always come back and you're going to need us. It's kind of like selling drugs on the street, but it's just selling drugs in the pharmaceutical area. Same thing. You guys got to get connected to your elders again. We was healthier back then. It wasn't as sick. It wasn't as much asthma. It wasn't as much cancer running rampant in our communities. When we were eating the way we were supposed to eat. When we were growing our own food, when we were cooking our own meals and not at work and at the club. I'll be at the hookah bar, though. I'll be at the hookah bar. You see these black guys, I'll be at the hookah bar. I got to stop going. So I ain't judging nobody. Shit, I did it too. Shit, I know somebody, wait, you say, you just trying to judge and talk about it. No, I can judge because I did it, nigga. I ain't casting no stone. I dropped mine on my head because I did it too. Boop, oops. And now I'm telling you what I learned from that shit hit me on the head. How about that? I ain't throwing no stone. It bust me on the head. And now I'm telling you why you shouldn't do it. How about that? Do you understand that? Because you know it's a bunch of sensitive motherfuckers in the world now. Motherfucking results be damned. They'll just argue a dumbass point that result in destruction. But so for not for everybody. Okay. 6 people made it out of 3 million. Don't you think by numbers, we shouldn't be focused on what the fuck you talk about? Should be focused on what these motherfuckers saying? Jesus Christ. But I got my daughter, so I think I better get off this thing. But I was gonna play some more Dr. Boyce, but it's so sad at this point that they think we that stupid that we can actually see a guy, and all these guys start something with somebody and sway the narrative, and that's what they're doing all across America. They're just swaying narratives for the people that they like. They will sway a narrative. You can look at the different situations with different people, and they'll have the same charge, but somehow the media will talk good about this person and say, oh no, maybe it can't happen. But if it happened to another person, goddamn it, he did it. Look at his girlfriend in high school said he did it. Any girl he dated said he was a goddamn R word. Any girl he looked at, he was just fondling them. He was just he was just a no good son bitch this whole time. We just ain't gonna tell you till now because we like this motherfucker over here. But this one right here, oh, he been a devil best friend all his life. Jesus Christ, man. I hope we all wake up and get out this simulation. Because, man, just think of the power of black males or all males having 3 trades. There's a guy about to give me a quote about forestry mulching. And I think I'm going to go get me one. But he got a forestry mulcher. And I was out there like, damn, this tree a little bit too big for me. I'm scared to saw this motherfucker down. And I don't want it to go, a certain way, hurt myself, hurt somebody. But the rest of them, I get them on down. But this one kind of big. But this motherfucker, he say, man, you get one of these, you make money all day. He didn't invest his money into no damn Bentley or no shit like that. He made down payments on a forestry mulcher. And when this man told me what he making off of, I was like, damn, you lucky I don't know nothing about forestry mulcher. But that's a man. You can't control this man. He's the owner and operator of his own business, and everybody needs some land clear. So you go to talking shit to him, it's fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it be better if all you men can stand up, have your own opinion without being shouted down? Because an opinion is not a fact, but an opinion is the way to get ideals out there so that we can now have the conversation. But what's happening now, the moment you say an opinion that's outside of what the powers that be want it to be, somehow you're supposed to lose your job. You're supposed to not be able to take care of your family. Any other works that you've done prior to that don't make difference because somehow you're a devil because either you disrespect all race of people, all women. You could be talking about one particular person and they want to join it into a group and demonize you, and you're supposed to lose your whole livelihood because of that. You want to live in a place like that? Or should we go back to the basis where your opinion is your opinion and we all should be able to share it? Even if we say it in a rude way, I could just walk off and not deal with you. The sensitive shit got to stop. The sensitive shit got to stop. We can't even have an objective opinion anymore. And I noticed the most educated people are the people who talk the less. You guys are the most rudest. Some of you, not all, especially Dr. Boyce, you a rude, condescending son of a bitch. You disrespect everybody. You almost set it up like if anybody had the nerve to disagree with you because you're a PhD, you say that shit every other 30 seconds. Because you're a doctor, if you don't understand me, you're just a dumbass and you're not in my 10%, stupid. This is only for this. Like the way you sound, the way you flick your hand. You shouldn't do that. It's not the way you talk to no man. You can tell you ain't been around men. And you changed since you got married, boy. You a little spicy. But you ain't really changed. You just talking. She probably telling you what to say. Stop talking. Please stop talking to your husband, ma'am. It's making him not look like a man amongst men, which he already was not looking so great. But now it's looking worse. We can tell you sound like a woman, boy. But let me get off this thing, man. I just want all y'all to just think, man. Open up your minds and open up your eyes and start seeing what's going on and think. Go back and start looking at all the stories that the media have been putting out. Look at how they talk about the same scenarios and look at the outcomes between the guys who's connected to all these different groups. It's a lot of different treatment. And if you're okay with it, then hey, I guess it's okay. But if you're not, we the people. So y'all have a blessed day. I don't know what we're gonna do about YouTube showing us in real time that we are not free, because I haven't bothered anybody. So I don't know why putting my name in a title would make it to where you have to review the video. But they kind of showing us we don't have any power and we're not free. So I would like for some of our moguls, our black moguls, let's get together and get our own platform. Are y'all scared to do that like Dr. Boyce Watkins said? Because he said you know better than to help us. Dr. Boyce basically said, in street terminology, he basically said, you elite niggas on the internet, you niggas on TV, y'all some bitch ass niggas, and y'all know better than to help back in your community, because the white zaddy will whoop y'all punk ass and replace y'all like little boys with somebody else that'll play ball. Now, that ain't me. That what Dr. Boyce said. And if you need to hear it one more time, I'll play it. That what Dr. Boyce said. And if anybody say he didn't say that, and like, I don't understand what's wrong. Like, everybody who's following me, they'll follow me and say what I said wrong or say what I said right. So, and I don't get on there and say, fuck you, or this is that, or you blocked. I won't do that. And you, Dr. Boyce, you just make up shit. That's just like, I don't know. Up is down now and down is up. So it's all to the good. I guess like I said, we're in a simulation. So you guys have a great day. And you rappers and you elites that Dr. Boyce Watkins said, you guys know better. And maybe that's why the Water Boys in Atlanta don't have a building, but we got clubs on every corner. And we got museums, trap museums and shit like that. But these Water Boys don't have nothing for them. So they can sell bikes or maybe put together bikes or do anything for these Water Boys that's trying to hustle. Because at least they ain't out there with them things. They out there trying to sell water. So you would think all these people that's in Atlanta that do all this talking would be able to find a building or something for these Water Boys. I don't know, maybe. It's just my opinion. Don't get offended by it. That's just my opinion. You know, opinions are not facts. So nobody should be offended by an opinion of an old busty bus. And if you need me to have the definition of opinion right behind me, so that no one gets offended, because we got to get back to using this and not all this feeling shit. It's just an opinion. I think there's enough economics here in Atlanta that we ain't got to call no white people. Enough of you niggas got Bentleys and money phones that these boys can get a building. And maybe you can put some apartments or something on top of the building so it can have some residual income to pay for the actual building, just in case they have a slow month and selling some water. Just maybe that'll work. I don't know. Because this shit right here ain't been working. I forgot. There's a model to sell hope that some Asian guy, Charles Wu, came up with Dr. Boyce. So they've been selling you hope, while young black boys got to run up the cars and sell water. Because we don't care about young black boys. These niggas will shake the ground if it was black little girls out there running up and down the damn street, almost getting hit by cars trying to sell some fucking water. But see, we ain't talking about black boys yet in the media, so it's not popular. So anytime you mention female, no matter if she's snatching cases out of niggas' hands and busting them in the face first, whatever they doing, you know, it don't matter, because the wave is they right. While young black boys, 2-3 bodies get laid down in the street every night. And it ain't no state of emergency. It ain't no bills being passed. It ain't nothing. It's just let them kill each other every night. But I see why they censoring my page, because I'm talking about some shit that can help change some shit. But what's your plan? My plan is to tell y'all to put them fucking guns down and stop lowering the value of these neighborhoods so these white folks can come in and regentrify and buy it and create dog parks and make the beautifulest shit you ever seen and then move your ass somewhere else. I just told you last night, ain't O Block for sale in the news? And no, that's not me worried about Chicago, because it happened in Georgia. It happened in New York. It happens all over America. It's not about talking about someone's city. It's about what's actually happening. It ain't safe for us to walk the streets when we in those communities. But somehow when they were gentrified and they make it look good, somehow anybody can walk up the goddamn street with a latte and a poodle. Oh, boy, there's something wrong with me. I better stop telling so much truth, ain't it? I better stop telling too much truth. They say the truth will set you free. I know for a long time that's a goddamn lie. Truth shine too many light on the devil. Yeah, that's what happened with truth. In the real world, truth shine a light on the devil. And the devil will do anything to protect his ugly little secrets. But in the end, truth always wins. So might not be me, might not be you, but we all starting to see the truth. We're in a simulation. We are in a simulation. We are told what to be mad at. It's more people mad at me than that lady Patrice Color. They mad at me. That motherfucker got 3-4 million allegedly. She get to still make bold statements. Allegedly, I seen a little clip. The gate for me and not for thee. Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not selling you hope. I'm selling you that we can start getting our mind wrapped around what we should be talking about. And it should stop being led with our emotions. Turn off CNN. Turn off all these goddamn TV stations. And the next time, before they get you out to vote with your emotions, vote with, we voting for the motherfucker that's going to put the code in these schools. We voting for the motherfucker that's going to help build these youth centers around America. We voting for the motherfucker that's going to make that shoe drive twice a month for these underprivileged kids with the lunch lady line, got all the lists. We're going to make that a national day to get these underprivileged kids shoes. Since you got $90 million to throw around and you got millions of dollars to throw at schools that are still failing, we're going to make sure it actually hit the kids. And those are the people we vote for, not some pandering motherfuckers that just give groups some money, some adults some money, so they can feel good about themselves while the kids fucked up. Now, if we need to prove everything I'm saying by numbers, we can go get the numbers of these children. No matter how educated we make the adults look, our kids look horrible. We push to our culture that we got to pay a woman $50,000 for a date. But we don't push to our culture to give $50,000 towards a youth center. If you can give $50,000 for a date, then you can give $50,000 to a youth center. But y'all have a blessed day. I see why they blocking my YouTube. Y'all ain't heard a conversation like this since y'all buried your granddaddy, ain't it? No offense to nobody. I told you I was raised by the elders, and that's who we need to get back to. Everybody on my page has an adult, grown-up woman or granddaddy, great-granddaddy, or grandmother that sound just like me. And that's why I'm resonating with so many of y'all. Y'all ain't crazy. Y'all grandma and y'all granddaddy been talking like this for years. You just wasn't listening because you had a job, and I had to be quiet too. I'm not above nobody. Company policy is a bitch. That's the first thing that we need to go up to our leaders and say, this is America. We want to abolish that little line in your company policy where you can fire somebody from what they're saying against what the media that's being controlled by corporations is saying. And that's how you take back America. And that's why they don't want me to talk. Y'all have a blessed day.